So we're a traditional EBS shop. We're running all the core EBS, financials, supply chain, etc. We also have a whole lot of other ancillary products that kind of go with it. We had a tax engine, Sabrix, we use Demantra, Rapid Planning, APCC, Agile, A9, a number of other, a whole suite of different applications. And but very tactically, what actually kind of compelled us to make this move, because to be honest, I mean, to put this in a little bit of context of our history and our story, so BODi's in the middle of we're in the middle of a turnaround. So we're rebranding ourselves. We're now BODi. We're no longer Beachbody. And the reason for that, I mean, when COVID hit, we saw this massive, huge spike, and we had all kinds of customers, and like it was crazy. It was really, really good. But post-pandemic, we really were faced with reality. So we've had to rebrand ourselves. We're in the middle of this transformation. I guess I just say that all of that to say that I built my career on Oracle. I've been working with Oracle for the last 25 years. Many of my colleagues, my executives, same situation. We've worked with Oracle a long time. Oracle, excuse me for saying, doesn't have the best reputation, right? So there were some uphill battles to be made there. And I guess the main thing I would say in terms of partnership, Oracle in this conference, we've all heard, they're speaking the speak about we're thinking of the customer first. This project that we embarked on, I think, kind of proved that Oracle's serious about that statement. So we along with our systems integrator, formed this like trifecta of partnership. And I would say, while we're in the middle of this turnaround, Oracle met us where we were. Oracle didn't try to oversell us, didn't try to make us do something we didn't want to do. We knew what we wanted to do, and they met us there. And our systems integrator, Centroid partner, helped us, and we all worked together. And it was just, it was a really different kind of Oracle project. I've done many, many Oracle projects in my career. This was a unique one. The partnership was what stood out most.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you feel about it?
Well, yeah, so it was our first exposure to Exadata. And, we heard all of the stories about Exadata is going to be super performant, it's going to be great. But what was really interesting is that we didn't build any of those assumptions into our financial models going into this. We kind of took a very conservative approach. We're like, okay, let's just see what the numbers, we used very straightforward numbers. We were pretty conservative about our estimates. And so everything we've experienced since then has been upside for us, basically. And it's been significant. So like our original, one of our keys to success was a really detailed, working with our SI partners very closely, a detailed costed bill of material of what we expected our OCI consumption to actually be. And so that was our going in position. Everybody kept talking about it's going to be so much better. It's going to be, great, it all sounds good. We'll see.
You have 25 years of experience.
We'll see when we get there. So all of our, the main reason that we were able to even embark on this is because even with those conservative financial models that we presented at the beginning, and that's what kind of got us down the path, we beat, well, there's a couple figures I could throw out. I mean, you're at 30% better performance than what we originally estimated, and 100% total cost of ownership improvement. So, I mean, this is significant numbers, and yeah, it's been interesting to sit back and just look at the numbers speak for themselves. So, and my boss and I both, he was very conservative, really didn't, I wanted to be aggressive about it. He was like, no, hold back. So it was amazing to see where it ended up. We went live, and we immediately, so just to add to how this all played out, so we went live, and we went live with everything, like we built everything as we had originally planned, per the bill of material. And then day one, we started watching and observing and looking at everything, and basically every single week, we have a whole set of dashboards that we evaluate and look at what our total utilization is. And every week, we're able to look, this is underutilized, and we can just slightly turn these things down. So there was, and I could go into so many more details about what led into all of that, right? I mean, so we had license rationalization that had to go, that was on the table, part of the original deal, like we had to reassess all of that. We also, another lever that were able to pull that Oracle was able to work with us on was bring your own license. So some of our licenses extended beyond our go live. So we were able to leverage that and manage that. And so we ran much cheaper for the first few months, and then we could turn things back on when the time came. So go fully licensed. So all of these factors played into it. Like it just added on and added on and added on. And we've continued to see savings around this. So
We want to see more savings for you.
yeah.
Thank you. Tell us more
Yeah.
about
Monitoring has been part of our, I wouldn't say it's a part of our normal operating procedure. I think we kind of introduced this as part of this OCI migration.
how do you transform into that model, right? I think it's a cultural change too.
It is, yeah, for sure. But I guess it's as simple as when you observe something continuously, you become familiar with it. And when your familiarity breeds ingenuity. And I think you can start to dissect and the data will start to speak for itself. So we put eyes, like I said, we monitor these things daily. Mostly around costs, but our DBA team is also monitoring from a utilization perspective, and we're kind of merging those two things together, like I said, on a weekly basis. We have very dedicated meetings specifically for the DBA team and the analytics team. We get together and we tie things together. But all coming out of basic reporting right out of the portal. So nothing too sophisticated about it. There is one thing, and at some point I probably want to try to connect with the portal product manager, because there is one tool that we use in particular when we talk about watching and observing. We've created our own little master spreadsheet, and I think the portal could probably replace this someday, but the spreadsheet that we have effectively takes the original BOM that we started with and traces it over time by application, by environment, over time, the entire change, every up and down of every application and every environment since we went live is tracked on this master sheet. And we use that as a reference point. We can trend to it, we can see where it's going, where it's been, and where it might be going. And it's very, very effective for us.